花干的倒是挺欢实，还乐不乐得出来？唱这种淫词艳曲，
特为将军写。
倒是一个射手。
大马上场！
话我会信吗？
不可以放你！
等你长大了，就你这几只破胡言！裤子，裤子，裤子！你看看，
就知道你会来的可真快呀！
那几个会法术的巨人最难对付。
教教他。
这是魔力红的红。
啊！
尊的法力变化出。
居然就要投降认罪！
堂堂第31代孙，是一手师傅杀，居然还在替他卖命！我乃大商堂，
因受是亡，我效忠你和他作反。
你这个老东，你不是愚忠！你回去告诉殷实，敢踏入西区一步。
多谢邓将军。
封神榜。
不过我已查到，
这个葫芦给你。
可将活人化。
证明你们的忠诚吗？愿意。
都请看，不走。
因此浮水。再有一在此坐镇，
大家千万别被光照到，性命还在。人险皆亡。弄死！
快过去！
在找我呀？
快进去！往里走。
来呀！
人交给你了。
营救！
还不快去！还不快！
最后一次机会，过来是真的要做殷商的反贼。
你等什么？
旗旁，愿为如水，愿笑比愿。
Hey guys, today we're diving headfirst into the epic, world-shaking, visually spectacular saga that is Creation of the Gods 2, Demon Force. If you thought the first one had a lot going on, buckle up because this sequel cranks the mythical mayhem up to 11. We'll be exploring a universe where gods, demons, and mortals duke it out for the fate of an entire civilization, showcasing some truly mind-bending powers and creatures. It's a journey through a richly imagined ancient world, and I promise you, it's a wild ride. If you had a good time with this, a like and a subscribe is a free way to help me keep making more. So, we kick off with the Immortal Council, looking less Zen masters meditating, and more corporate board meeting right before a hostile takeover. Zhang Zia, our favorite wisecracking Taoist prime minister, is absolutely radiating worry. The whispers of King Zhou's demonic pacts have grown into a full-blown infernal shouting match. The celestial realm, usually a picture of tranquility, is now filled with the metallic clang of destiny being forged, or more accurately, shattered. The spiritual energies are out of whack, and even the air feels charged with impending doom, like when your Wi-Fi suddenly drops during a critical download. These guys know that King Zhou isn't just a bad ruler. He's got backup from the demon realm, and that spells trouble for pretty much everyone, mortal or otherwise. They're tasked with upholding the balance, and right now, the scales are tipping faster than a drunk tightrope walker. Meanwhile, back in the mortal realm, King Zhou is having the time of his life, which for him means being spectacularly awful. His palace now looks less like a royal residence and more like a gothic theme park designed by a nightmare. He's surrounded by a menagerie of grotesque, cackling demon figures, whose guttural snarls and sinister chuckles echo through the stone halls, a stark contrast to the reverent silence of the immortal council. The atmosphere is thick with dark magic, a palpable, heavy presence that feels like breathing smoke. His eyes gleam with a disturbing, almost childlike glee, reveling in the dark power he's amassed. This isn't just ambition anymore. It's a full-blown descent into absolute, unadulterated evil, fueled by Daji's insidious influence and a whole lot of bad life choices. You can almost smell the sulfur and desperation hanging in the air. And who's the puppeteer behind all this royal madness? None other than Daji, the nine-tailed fox spirit, who looks absolutely stunning while simultaneously being pure malevolence wrapped in a silk gown. Her voice, usually a melodic whisper, can shift into a chilling, almost ultrasonic frequency when she wants to assert her true nature, making the very air vibrate with ancient, dark magic. She slinks around King Zhou, her touch almost physically sucking the good intentions right out of him, if he ever had any to begin with. The metallic shimmer of her otherworldly adornments catches the dim light, adding to her sinister allure. She's not just charming him, she's weaving a potent spell of enchantment, turning him into a mere pawn in a much grander, more destructive game. The tactile sensation of betrayal feels almost tangible here, a cold dread washing over anyone who dares witness her machinations. The way she plays him, it's less a relationship and more a master class in psychological warfare, a truly dark art. On the side of righteousness, we have Jifa, the future King Wu of Zhou, and let me tell you, this guy has more resolve than a superhero's origin story montage. In his war tent, the canvas flapping with the distant growl of thunder, he draws his legendary blade. The sword's metallic ring, a clear, sharp note, cuts through the tension in the air, a promise of impending justice. It's not just a weapon. It feels like an extension of his own unwavering will. His generals, hardened warriors whose armored plates creak with every slight movement, watch him with a silent, profound respect. The atmosphere is thick with anticipation, the quiet before the storm. He understands the immense odds, the sheer demonic force arrayed against him, but his grip on the hilt is firm, his resolve echoing the solid thud of his warrior's boots on the earth. He's not fighting for power. He's fighting for the soul of his people and the very balance of the world, which, let's be honest, is a pretty heavy lift for anyone. Just when Jifa's forces seem overwhelmed by a tide of screeching, clawing demons, the heavens decide to chime in. Literally, a brilliant, golden light, almost blinding in its intensity, descends with a celestial hum that vibrates through your very bones, a sound that promises both awe and destruction. It strikes down enemy forces with a resounding, thunderous crackle, turning them into shimmering dust. The ground beneath the impact trembles, a deep, resonant rumble, as if the earth itself is acknowledging the raw power. This isn't just magic. This is divinity stepping onto the battlefield, a literal get-off-my-lawn moment from the higher powers. The demons recoil with a cacophony of panicked, guttural snarls, momentarily stunned by the sheer, unadulterated purity of the attack. It's a breathtaking display, highlighting the distinct layers of power at play in this universe, from mortal steel to demonic malice, and now, divine intervention, ensuring our heroes aren't completely swallowed by the encroaching darkness. Think of it as the ultimate cheat code, activated at the perfect moment. Zhang Zia, ever the strategic mastermind, isn't just watching. He's orchestrating. From a high cliff, the wind whipping at his robes, you hear the faint, almost musical hum of concentrated spiritual energy as he draws intricate, glowing symbols in the air with his bare hands. Each stroke feels deliberate, purposeful, like he's writing the very laws of reality. The air crackles with an almost electric intensity, a low thrumming that makes your teeth ache. These aren't just pretty light shows. They materialize into shimmering, almost translucent protective barriers that deflect demonic attacks with a satisfying thwack, and guiding lights that illuminate paths for Jifa's advancing army. The demons shriek with frustration, their attacks dissipating against the invisible force fields with a dull, impotent hiss. This is Taoist magic at its finest, a blend of ancient wisdom and raw, focused power, demonstrating that brute force isn't always the answer when you can literally bend reality to your will. It's like he's playing a cosmic game of chess and he's got all the special moves. Then we get to the real fireworks, a titanic clash between two immortal warriors. One, a beacon of golden light, whose every punch lands with a thunderous boom that vibrates through the earth, his energy crackling like 1,000 lightning bolts. The other, wreathed in menacing shadow, whose strikes carry a chilling, whispering cold, the air growing noticeably colder around his blows. Each parry accompanied by a metallic shriek of colliding celestial weapons. Their movements are so fast they blur, leaving trails of shimmering energy in their wake. The ground beneath them literally cracks and splinters with each impact, sending sprays of rock and dust into the air, while the clash of their divine weapons creates a sound like 1,000 gongs ringing at once, deafening and awe-inspiring. This isn't just a fight. It's a monumental struggle for cosmic supremacy, showcasing the sheer, raw, destructive power that these beings wield, a true testament to the world-building's embrace of mythological grandeur. You can almost feel the concussive force through the screen. Just when you think things couldn't get more intimidating, King Zhou's ultimate wildcard steps onto the field, the Demon King. This isn't just a big guy. This is a Hulk smash times 1,000 kind of big guy. He literally rips open a swirling crimson-black portal in the sky, the air itself screaming with the tearing sound, and erupts from it with a guttural, earth-shattering roar that vibrates through the very ground, sending tremors through our heroes. His massive, horned silhouette casts an ominous, all-consuming shadow over the battlefield, plunging everything into a temporary, terrifying twilight. His multi-limbed body is covered in dark, obsidian-like scales, each glinting menacingly, and the sheer force of his presence creates a powerful downdraft, making banners snap and flags whip wildly. The metallic clatter of his colossal claws scraping against rock sends chills down your spine. This guy is the final boss of Nightmares, a truly terrifying force that showcases the ultimate stakes of this cosmic conflict. He's not here to negotiate. He's here to obliterate. Facing such an insurmountable force, even Jifa, with all his bravery, knows when to pull back. With a grimace of pain, a fresh cut bleeding sluggishly on his arm, he signals a tactical retreat. The clang of metal against metal, the whoosh of arrows, and the guttural cries of battle are a chaotic symphony around him. The metallic smell of blood and burning earth fills the air. It's a bitter pill to swallow, this concession, but it's a strategic one, born of wisdom rather than fear. His armor, once gleaming, is now dulled with dust and grime, and you can practically hear the ragged breaths of his exhausted soldiers as they turn to flee. This scene really hammers home the reality of war. Even heroes have to live to fight another day, especially when faced with something that can literally tear the sky open. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is acknowledge when you're outmatched, gather your wits, and plan for the next round. It's a moment of tactical brilliance, not cowardice. After that harrowing retreat, our heroes find a much-needed breather in the immortal realm. It's a sanctuary, a place where the metallic thud of war drums fades into the gentle rustle of ethereal leaves and the soft, almost imperceptible hum of pure spiritual energy. The air here is clean, cool, and smells faintly of ozone and ancient blossoms. Glowing flora illuminates their surroundings with a soft, comforting light, casting long, peaceful shadows. Jifa and his generals, their battle-worn armor now seeming out of place, rest, their exhausted sighs audible in the quiet. This grove is a stark contrast to the brutal battlefield, a visual representation of hope and a chance to regroup. It's a reminder that even in the darkest conflicts, there are pockets of peace, places where the world building allows for a moment of quiet reflection, showcasing the delicate balance between chaos and harmony in this universe. It's like a spiritual spa day, but with more impending doom just around the corner. But peace is fleeting and training is eternal, especially when you've got a demon king breathing down your neck. Jifa doesn't just rest, he trains. With an ancient master whose skin seems to hum with centuries of wisdom, Jifa learns new sword forms. The metallic ring of his practice blade against the master's ethereal weapon echoes through the tranquil grove, a sharp counterpoint to the earlier piece. Each strike, each parry, is a lesson in precision and power, the whoosh of air accompanying his increasingly swift movements. The master's subtle, glowing aura pulses with energy, and you can almost feel the raw force of spiritual energy being channeled. The ground trembles slightly with each powerful, deliberate impact. This isn't just physical training. It's a spiritual awakening, integrating his mortal combat prowess with the divine energy of the immortals. It's a crucial aspect of the world building, showing how mortals can tap into greater powers through dedication and guidance, becoming more than just men, but conduits of divine will. Back in King Zhou's Nightmare Palace, Daji is busy with her own extracurricular activities, which involve a lot less wholesome training and a lot more sinister rituals. In a dark, cavernous chamber, lit only by flickering, ominous braziers, her eyes glow with a malevolent, almost emerald light. She chants in an ancient, guttural language, the low rumble of her voice resonating through the stone walls, creating a palpable sense of dread. The metallic scent of blood, warm and sickening, hangs heavy in the air as she performs a gruesome ritual over a sacrificial altar. The stone of the altar feels cold, ancient, and imbued with dark energy. This isn't just magic. It's dark sorcery, drawing power from the very essence of life and twisting it for nefarious purposes. It showcases the dark side of the world's mystical powers, the corrupting influence that Daji wields, pulling more demon force into the mortal realm with every whispered incantation. It's like she's trying to summon a particularly nasty cosmic tax audit, and she's got all the forms filled out in blood. Luckily, Jiangxia isn't twiddling his thumbs. Sensing Daji's escalating dark magic, he starts cooking up some countermeasures. With a deep sigh, the air around him seems to thicken slightly with spiritual energy, and a low, resonant hum emanates from his hands as he meticulously inscribes an intricate talisman. The paper itself seems to pulse with an inner light, radiating warmth and a tangible sense of protective power. The fine metallic dust he uses for some of the symbols catches the light, shimmering like captured stars. This isn't a quick fix. It's a complex piece of spiritual engineering designed to counteract the insidious corruption Daji is spreading. It highlights the intricate details of Taoist magic, where intent, knowledge, and pure spiritual energy combine to create powerful defenses. It's like he's debugging the universe's operating system, installing a much-needed spiritual firewall. He's basically the mystical IT guy, and he's tired of all these demon viruses. The stakes get even higher as the immortal elders decide it's time to escalate their prayers. They gather before a towering, shimmering celestial gate, its surface rippling like disturbed water, emitting a soft, resonant hum that vibrates through the air. Their collective whispers, a chorus of urgent pleas, seem to merge into a single, profound sound, echoing off the ethereal walls. You can almost feel the weight of their desperation, the very air heavy with their supplication. The gate itself seems to shimmer brighter, pulsing faintly in response to their fervent prayers, indicating that perhaps their words are reaching beyond. This scene underscores the hierarchy of power in this universe, showing that even the immortals aren't at the very top. There are even greater, more enigmatic deities they must appeal to. It's a moment of profound humility and shared responsibility, showcasing the deep spiritual roots of this fantastical world, and how desperate they are for a celestial helping hand. After all the training and spiritual strategizing, Ji-Fa finally secures a major victory. Covered in the grime of battle, his breathing heavy but his eyes burning with triumph, he stands over a defeated enemy general. The metallic clang of his sword, as he lowers it triumphantly, resonates with newfound confidence. The air is still thick with the acrid scent of smoke and the shouts of battle, but now they are shouts of victory from his own men. The thud of fallen bodies and the moans of the wounded serve as a grim reminder of the cost, but also the necessity of this fight. This win isn't just a morale boost. It's a tangible shift in momentum, a sign that the tides of war might just be turning. It's a moment that showcases his growth as a leader and warrior, blending his learned immortal techniques with his innate martial prowess. He's proving that with enough grit and a little divine help, even the most monstrous challenges can be overcome. Take that, evil minions! Jifa's victory doesn't sit well with Daji. Oh no, not at all. Her composure snaps with a chilling, almost audible crack, like glass shattering. Her human form, once so alluring, literally dissolves into a swirling vortex of dark energy, revealing her true, monstrous, nine-tailed fox demon form. Her eyes blaze with a hellish crimson light that seems to burn through the screen, and a guttural shriek, a sound of pure, unadulterated fury, rips through the palace. The very air around her crackles and freezes, carrying the metallic tang of ozone and impending doom. She unleashes a torrent of dark magic, powerful energy bolts that hiss and crackle as they fly, impacting with explosive force. This isn't just an attack. It's a tantrum of cosmic proportions, demonstrating the raw, untamed power she wields when her carefully constructed facade crumbles. It's a terrifying showcase of the demonic power embedded within the world, and a promise that the fight is far from over. And because Daji's having a bad day, the Demon King decides to join the party with even more destructive gusto. He charges, a colossal, thundering force whose heavy, dragging footsteps make the very ground vibrate underfoot. He smashes through Jifa's newly acquired fortifications like they're made of tissue paper, each impact a deafening boom that echoes for miles. You can almost feel the concussive force, the metallic shriek of tearing metal and splintering stone. Soldiers, tiny specks against his immense frame, are sent flying with crushing blows, their screams swallowed by his guttural roars. The air is thick with dust, the cries of the wounded, and the sickening thud of his blows. This is pure, unadulterated rampage, a visual and auditory assault that shows the overwhelming physical threat our heroes face. He's a walking, roaring natural disaster, and he's not stopping for anyone. It's like trying to stop a freight train with a feather. Except the freight train has sharp claws and breathes fire. With the Demon King causing maximum chaos, Jiang Ziya knows they need more than just smart tactics. He reveals a glowing, pulsating, and frankly quite terrifyingly unstable ancient artifact. The air around it crackles with raw, untamed energy, making the hairs on your arms stand up. It emits a low, throbbing hum like a caged beast. His face is etched with deep concentration, every muscle tight as he clutches this potential game-changer. You can practically hear the gears turning in his ancient mind, weighing the immense risks against the dire consequences of inaction. This artifact, a remnant of a bygone era of gods, holds immense power but also immense danger. It's a classic pull-the-emergency lever moment, where the potential solution might just be as destructive as the problem it aims to solve. This is where the world-building shines, introducing powerful ancient relics that can shift the balance of power in an instant, but always at a cost. It's the equivalent of upgrading your computer with experimental, highly volatile components. To enact his risky plan, Jiang Ziya needs more allies. So Jifa, ever the diplomat, brokers an alliance with a previously neutral faction of immortals. In a solemn, almost silent ceremony, the air thick with unspoken promises, Jifa shakes hands with their stern, powerful leader. The touch is firm, conveying mutual respect and a shared understanding of the gravity of the situation. Their robes, shimmering with distinct celestial patterns, highlight the diverse spiritual groups within this rich universe. This isn't just a political maneuver. It's a spiritual unification, bringing together forces that once preferred to observe from the sidelines. The metallic sheen of their ceremonial armor reflects the dim light, adding to the gravitas. This alliance adds another fascinating layer to the world building, showing that even among divine beings, diplomacy and shared threats can forge unexpected bonds. It's like getting all the estranged family members to agree on Thanksgiving dinner, but with more dragons and less passive aggression. With new allies and a desperate plan, it's time for the grand siege of Zhaoge, King Zhou's capital. This isn't just a battle, it's a spectacle. Massive armies, a sea of shining armor and flapping banners surge forward, their collective war cries a deafening roar that makes the ground tremble. Siege engines thunder, launching colossal boulders with a satisfying thwack that cracks against the impenetrable walls. Magical attacks sizzle and crackle, impacting with explosive force, sending sprays of stone and earth into the air. The metallic clang of countless weapons, the whoosh of arrows, and the guttural shouts of both sides merge into a relentless, terrifying symphony of war. The air is thick with dust, smoke, and the metallic tang of blood. The world building here is fantastic, showing the sheer scale of the conflict, where mortals and immortals fight side by side against a fortified bastion of darkness. It's an all-out brawl for the ages, like a historical reenactment, but with actual magic and way more consequences. Just when Jifa's forces start to gain ground, Daji, being Daji, decides it's time for an encore. Out of shimmering black-purple portals that tear open spontaneously within the city, with a sickening, wet tearing sound, pour even more grotesque demons. Their guttural growls and bestial snarls add to the cacophony, and the air grows heavy and cold with their dark presence. These aren't just foot soldiers. Some are truly monstrous, with metallic claws that scrape against stone with an awful screech, and wings that beat with a leathery thump. Their sheer numbers seem to swell, turning the inner city into a living nightmare. Daji's power to pull from the demon realm seems limitless, showcasing the terrifying depth of her dark alliances and the cosmic threat she represents. It's like she's got an unlimited data plan for summoning evil, and she's not afraid to use it all. This really highlights the world's deep connection to the demon realm, adding layers of supernatural horror to the military conflict. Amidst the chaos, Jifa finds himself in a brutal one-on-one duel with a hulking enemy general, now visibly corrupted, his eyes blazing with a demonic crimson glow. The clang of their weapons, Jifa's refined blade against the general's brute force, heavy weapon, creates a percussive rhythm of combat that cuts through the surrounding din. Each parry, each thrust, is delivered with a visceral grunt of effort, the metallic scent of sweat and fear mingling with the smoke. The ground cracks and dust sprays with their powerful impacts. This isn't just a fight for survival. It's a battle for the very soul of a warrior, showcasing the insidious nature of Daji's corruption and the moral cost of this war. Jifa's determination is palpable, his every move a testament to his training and his will to free these souls from demonic influence. He's not just fighting an enemy, he's fighting a manifestation of despair. It's like an intense boss battle where the boss used to be your friend, which is always extra tragic. While Jifa handles the more personal battles, Zhang Zia is busy with crowd control, but on a cosmic scale. From a vantage point, the wind whipping his hair, he channels immense spiritual energy. You can almost hear the hum and crackle of the air around him as he unleashes a relentless volley of glowing, explosive energy blasts. Each blast hits with a resonant boom and a blinding flash, incinerating waves of demons, their shrieks cut short by the overwhelming power. The ground trembles with each impact, a series of concussive thuds. This isn't just magic. It's a full-on mystical bombardment, a strategic deployment of spiritual power that keeps the demonic forces from completely overwhelming Jifa's army. It really shows off the destructive potential of Taoist magic when wielded by a master, painting a vivid picture of the sheer power available in this fantastical world. He's basically a walking, talking orbital strike platform, but with more wisdom and a much better beard. Daji, never one to just delegate, decides to take matters into her own insidious hands. In her alluring human form, she ambushes Jifa with a deceptive grace. Before he can react, shimmering dark magic tendrils, almost like sentient shadows, lash out with a silent, terrifying speed, binding him tightly. You can practically hear the strained grunt of his efforts against the magical bonds and feel the cold, draining sensation as they begin to leech his energy. Her face, usually so composed, is twisted into a cruel, triumphant smile, the air around her feeling suddenly colder and heavier. The tendrils themselves hum with a sinister, low frequency, making your teeth ache. This is a direct personal assault, highlighting her cunning and the unique, insidious ways her demonic powers manifest. It's not about brute force. It's about subversion and draining the hero's spirit, showcasing another dark facet of the world's magic systems. She's not just a femme fatale. She's a magical succubus, and Jifa's in a real bind. Just when it looks like curtains for Jifa, an ancient immortal master makes the ultimate sacrifice. With a mighty grunt, a sudden surge of golden energy, he shoves Jifa to safety. The metallic clank of Jifa's armor as he hits the ground is quickly followed by a heartbreaking sound. The master, enveloped by Daji's dark magic, lets out a gasp that feels pulled from his very soul, before fading into shimmering golden dust. The air where he stood now feels hollow, silent, a testament to his profound loss. This act of selflessness isn't just dramatic. It's a critical moment in the world building, emphasizing the deep bonds between mentors and students and the sacrifices required to protect the lineage of good. It's a sobering reminder that even immortals can fall, and that the cost of this war is immeasurable. Truly a not all heroes wear capes, some just wear very fancy robes moment. Witnessing his master's sacrifice, Jifa collapses to his knees, clutching the master's discarded staff, still faintly glowing with residual spiritual energy. The rough texture of the wood feels cold and empty without its wielder. Tears stream down his face, a raw, human display of grief. But as he rises, his eyes, still wet, harden with a fierce, renewed resolve. The metallic sheen of his armor catches the dim light, reflecting his somber determination. The low, mournful hum of the wind seems to carry the master's lingering spirit, urging him onward. This moment is pivotal for Jifa's character arc, transforming his initial righteous cause into a deeply personal quest for vengeance and justice. It's a powerful emotional beat that underscores the human cost of this epic, fantastical war, pushing him to embrace his full potential and carry on the legacy. It's like finding that extra gear after a particularly tough workout. But instead of finishing a jog, he's about to face a literal demon horde. Now for Jiang Ziya's grand, risky plan. He and the allied immortals gather, their movements precise and synchronized, around a colossal, intricate, mystical array carved into the very ground. The earth itself seems to hum with the low, resonant thrum of latent power as they channel their combined spiritual energy. The array begins to glow with an intense, pulsating light, like a beating heart of pure magic, casting long, shifting shadows. You can almost feel the sheer weight of concentrated energy in the air, a tingling sensation on your skin. This isn't just a trap. It's a cosmic containment field, a testament to ancient magical engineering designed to snare something that can tear open the sky. It's a magnificent piece of world building, showcasing the depth of the spiritual knowledge and the sheer collective power these immortals can wield when united against a common, terrifying foe. It's like building the ultimate supernatural mousetrap, but for a mouse that could eat a skyscraper, and the trap works. The colossal Demon King, amidst his rampage, finds himself caught within the activated mystical array. He bellows a deafening roar of pure frustration and fury, a sound that rattles the very bones. Glowing, ethereal chains, thick as ancient tree trunks, erupt from the ground with a powerful snap and a shimmering whoosh wrapping around his immense form. The metallic scraping of these magical bonds against his scales creates a horrid, grating sound. He struggles, his powerful muscles straining, causing the ground to shudder and crack, but the chains hold, pulsing with immense energy. The air around him crackles with the immense conflicting forces. This moment truly highlights the power of ancient magic and collective will over raw, brute strength, a cornerstone of the world building, showing that even the mightiest demons can be outmaneuvered and contained. Take that, big bad! Even cosmic bullies get put in timeout. Enraged by the Demon King's capture, Daji unleashes her last, most desperate gambit. With a blood-curdling shriek, her form pulses with dark energy, and from her corrupted body, a horrific horde of shadowy, ethereal creatures erupts. They coalesce from pure darkness with a soft, chilling hiss, their forms shifting and flowing like living nightmares, their phantom claws leaving trails of cold. The air grows incredibly cold, almost painful, and a low, guttural chittering fills the soundscape. This isn't just magic. It's a direct manifestation of her demonic essence, a final, terrifying outpouring of her inherent evil. It's a stark reminder of her true power, showing that even without the Demon King, she is a force of immense destruction. The world building once again shows the deeply personal and horrifying connections characters have to their powers, especially on the demonic side. She's basically a living, breathing portal to pure dread, and she's not going down without a spectacular, terrifying fight. This is it. The final showdown. Jifa, fueled by his grief and his unwavering resolve, directly confronts Daji. Their battle is a whirlwind of clashing energies, his radiant, metallic-sounding strikes against her shadowy, hissing dark magic. The metallic swoosh of his blade cuts through the air, parrying her attempts to ensnare him. Her dark magic tends to sting with an almost physical cold, creating a jarring contrast. Every impact sends shockwaves through the immediate vicinity, making the ground shudder and dust erupt. This is a deeply personal, visceral combat, not just a clash of good versus evil, but Jifa's personal vengeance for his master and the suffering she's inflicted. It's a testament to his journey, having evolved from a noble prince to a true hero capable of facing down pure evil. The world building culminates here, with the human spirit, imbued with divine grace, taking on a primordial demonic force, proving that courage can overcome even the darkest of powers. He's literally fighting for everyone's future, no pressure. As Ji-Fa pushes Daji, her hold over King Zhou visibly weakens. The tyrannical king, still on his dark throne, begins to writhe in agony. His body shimmers with dark purplish energy that seems to burn away from him, accompanied by a low, sizzling sound and a faint smell of ozone. His pained groans are guttural, but for the first time, they don't sound entirely malevolent. There's a hint of a confused, suffering human beneath the corruption. We see fleeting glimpses of his former self, a flicker of sanity in his eyes, before the demonic residue reasserts itself, showing the deep, insidious nature of Daji's enchantment. This highlights a fascinating element of the world building. The idea that even the most corrupted individuals might still retain a sliver of their original essence, and that Daji's influence was a parasitic possession. It raises questions about free will and accountability in a world filled with demons and gods. It's like watching a really bad virus get uninstalled from a perfectly decent computer, but in a much more dramatic, painful way. Finally, Ji-Fa delivers the decisive blow. Daji, with a final piercing shriek that feels like it's scraping against your eardrums, begins to dissolve. Her physical form shimmers and dissipates into a mixture of blinding light and swirling dark shadows. From her vanishing essence, her true nine-tailed fox spirit emerges for a fleeting moment. A ghostly, majestic figure letting out a heart-wrenching, ethereal wail that resonates with ages of pain and malevolence before vanishing completely. The air, once heavy with her presence, now feels lighter, almost fresh, though still tinged with the metallic scent of battle. This isn't just a death. It's the exorcism of a primal force, a crucial act of world restoration. It's a powerful moment, symbolizing the vanquishing of a truly ancient evil and reinforcing the idea that even the most formidable demons can be sent back to the abyss. Good riddance, honestly. After all the trouble she caused, with Daji's demise, the magical feedback loop is broken. The glowing, ethereal chains binding the Demon King begin to shimmer even brighter before slowly dissolving into pure, sparkling light, releasing him. He lets out a guttural grunt, but it lacks the former fury, sounding more like confusion and pain. The air around him, once thick with dark energy, starts to clear, though it still feels heavy. The loss of Daji's direct influence and the breaking of her dark pact has significantly weakened him, turning him from an unstoppable force into something merely powerful, yet vulnerable. This is a brilliant piece of world building, showing the interconnectedness of their demonic powers and how the defeat of one can directly impact the strength of another. It's like unplugging a supervillain's main power source, leaving him running on emergency battery life. He's still a threat, but now a manageable one, which is a relief for everyone involved, especially the guy who had to fight him. Now, it's Ji-Fa's turn to clean up the mess. Utterly exhausted, his armor scraped and dented, but his eyes still burning with an unyielding determination. He faces the weakened Demon King, the colossal demon, still formidable but no longer radiating pure invincibility, moves with a slightly less fluid, more lumbering grace. Their final battle is a brutal, exhausting exchange of blows, the metallic clang of Ji-Fa's sword against the Demon King's tough hide echoing amidst the ravaged city. Each strike feels impactful, with a dull thud or a sharp metallic ring, the sheer exertion audible in Ji-Fa's strained grunts. This is a true test of endurance, a final, visceral struggle where sheer willpower is as important as physical strength. It cements Ji-Fa's legendary status, showing that he can not only face but overcome even the greatest, most intimidating threats in this vast, mystical world, a proper hero's send-off to the main antagonist. It's the final exam, and Ji-Fa is acing it despite the massive headache. With a final desperate roar that fades into a guttural gasp, the weakened Demon King meets his end. He dissolves, not with a bang, but with a chilling, swirling vortex of dark smoke that rises and then disperses into the now clearing sky. The sound is like a deep, drawn-out sigh, followed by an echoing, chilling silence, a profound quietude after so much noise and fury. The air, finally cleansed of his presence, feels clean and crisp, though still carrying the lingering metallic scent of battle. This vanquishing solidifies the victory, showing the final end of a major demonic threat. It's a potent piece of world building, emphasizing that even cosmic evils have an end, and that the balance of the universe, however precariously, can be restored. You can almost feel the collective sigh of relief from all the good guys, and probably the audience too. Because let's be real, that guy was a lot to deal with. And what of King Zhou, the Puppet King? Stripped of Daji's insidious influence and the Demon King's backing, he's left a hollow shell. He sits alone on his ruined throne, the opulent palace now a desolate wreck, a testament to his reign of terror. His eyes are blank, his face devoid of emotion, a man utterly broken and bereft of the dark power that corrupted him. The silence around him is profound, punctuated only by the distant sounds of rebuilding. The tactile sensation of his loneliness is almost palpable, a profound emptiness where his ambition once raged. This is a poignant moment in the world building, showcasing the ultimate fate of those who succumb to evil, not necessarily death, but a living death of the spirit, a stark warning against unchecked power and temptation. He didn't get a redemption arc, just a really bad case of cosmic regret. With the demons vanquished and King Zhou incapacitated, a new era begins. The war-torn city, once a symbol of tyranny, slowly begins to rebuild. The sounds are now of constructive effort. The rhythmic clang of hammers, the sawing of wood, the murmur of hopeful voices, a stark contrast to the earlier cacophony of war. Jifa, now King Wu of Zhou, stands on a peaceful vantage point, watching his people, a gentle breeze rustling his robes. The sky above, once stormy and ominous, is now clear and bright, a symbolic representation of the restored balance. This moment is a powerful testament to the resilience of humanity and the enduring hope for peace after unimaginable conflict. It showcases the foundational aspects of the world building, demonstrating that even after gods and demons clash, life finds a way to move forward, rebuilding and striving for a brighter future. It's the after picture everyone wants to see after a home renovation gone horribly, demonically wrong. Jifa, now known as King Wu, truly steps into his destiny. In a grand celebratory ceremony, bathed in the warmth of sunlight, he stands before his people. Their cheers, a joyful, unified roar, fill the air, echoing with respect and hope. The subtle rustle of their festive clothing adds to the joyous atmosphere. His regal bearing, imbued with the wisdom gained through hardship, is evident in every gesture. This is more than just a coronation. It's the establishment of a just and prosperous new dynasty, founded on virtue and divine mandate. It's the culmination of his arduous journey, a powerful narrative beat that grounds the fantastical elements in a human triumph. The world building here shows the transition from a corrupt, supernatural-influenced monarchy to a righteous, divinely favored reign, underscoring the enduring cycle of change and the triumph of good over evil. Honestly, after all that, he totally earned that crown. With the mortal realm largely stabilized, the allied immortal beings gracefully make their exit. With a soft, almost inaudible hum of spiritual energy, they ascend peacefully back to their shimmering celestial abodes, their faces serene and content. The rustle of their robes as they rise is the only sound, a gentle whisper against the vastness of the sky. Their mission accomplished, they leave the mortal realm to its own affairs, confident that the balance has been restored. This reinforces the world-building's depiction of the immortals as guardians and arbiters, intervening when cosmic balance is threatened, but ultimately allowing humanity to chart its own course. It's a beautiful, understated moment of cosmic harmony, a feeling of deep peace descending upon the world. They're basically saying, "You got this, mortals. Try not to summon any more demons, okay?" Jiang Ziya, our wise and witty Taoist prime minister, observes the peaceful, rebuilt lands from a quiet hillside. He's older, perhaps a bit wearier, but radiating a profound sense of peace. A faint, contented smile graces his lips. The soft rustle of the wind through the tall grasses and the distant, happy murmur of the thriving city below are the only sounds. The tactile sensation of the warm sun on his face speaks of tranquility. He knows the fight for balance is eternal, but for now, peace reigns. This moment highlights the cyclical nature of power and conflict in this world, where vigilance is always necessary. It's a thoughtful closure to his personal journey as he contemplates the long road ahead for the newly established dynasty and the enduring strength of the realm he helped save. He's earned a quiet moment, knowing he's left the world in a much better, less demon-infested state, probably thinking about finally taking that vacation. The film closes on a truly hopeful note. A young child, eyes wide with wonder, gazing up at a vibrant mural depicting King Wu's heroic victory. The bright colors and dynamic figures in the murals seem to almost hum with the energy of the past. The child's soft, innocent laughter fills the air, a melody of peace. This isn't just a story on a wall, it's a legacy, a vivid reminder of courage and sacrifice passed down to a new generation. It signifies the enduring impact of their struggle and the promise of a peaceful future, a beautiful piece of world building that connects the ancient past with the vibrant present. The echoes of the cosmic conflict have settled, leaving behind a profound sense of peace and the quiet strength of hope. This powerful conclusion reminds us that even after the most cataclysmic battles, humanity finds a way to flourish, guided by the lessons of its heroes and the inspiring tales that shape its future. It's a testament to the idea that light will always return after the deepest darkness. If you had a good time with this, a like and a subscribe is a free way to help me keep making more.